get the ward as well on the high ground above Radiant Tier 1, top lane. Mid, oh yeah, this should be a dead Naga. There's Finger, yeah, goodbye. At that point, I was like, all right, I just want to use this at this point. I've had multiple opportunities to grab kills. I'd like to make sure that we get at least this one.
Yeah, but awkward game.
As Josh said, the Omni Knight seems to be the one that may or may not win the game. TNC.
The question is does he have enough of an impact on this game to actually sway it, like to win it?
I think a Radiant's Omni Knight can be quite scary if he chooses to go it, but he's going first, which I don't mind because the rest of his team is hurting.
That's
the rest of his
Sam H bottom. The Lycan Razor just
Lycan's pretty good against Batrider past the laning stage.
Looks like they're going to pressure this tier 1 here. Next Nova dies to Raven top. They're going to go for that tier 1 as well. I guess they're just trading on either side of the map here, mirroring away. Armel is harassing out this Tinker mid.
2 levels on him right now as well.
Yeah,
it's quite nice.
He does have Scream up again.
They've placed around that tower from LGD.
He's got a Disruptor lurking behind him mid. I believe Armel may be able to get this kill.
Armel does also have a haste bottle.
Oh, they deny the bot tower. Wow. That's a passive TP. Yeah, in the meantime, they abandoned the top push, but I think you'll take that. But something I said in the past is whenever you're playing against Tinker, you always want to take the enemy tier 1s because otherwise he gets bots, and at a certain point, you never really have map control or the ability to hunt him. And he just free farms waves.
Kind of a now or never thing.
Yeah.
And he is starting to, I mean, he did max his laser first, which is interesting. He's not doing the max march early.
We're playing against Quap, like super low HP hero. I think he can get away with it. Oh,
he's popping that.
But he's oh my gosh.
There's an auto attack flying through the air.
Cuckoo. Chalice wants his Cocoa Puffs. It's even funnier the second time. Get him.
He's actually.
Someone should be able to finish him off.
There it is, and the glimpse ensures he's safely out of there.
Yeah, there's just no one able to really rotate back. Like Tim's top with no TP. Bottom, you have a Batrider whose game is pretty much garbage at this point. So you're having your Omni Knight being the one rotating, right? But that's a Raven carry Omni. Like how many times have we seen him play a hero in this style, right? He's the one you want playing apart from your team, but in the meantime, your playmakers, they're forced to just kind of recover on these side lanes, and you leave your hard carry Omni Knight to kind of pick up the weight around the map.
It looks like Tim's is, half a creep away from getting his 6 here. Disruptor is very close as well.
They're going to break with the Bounty Hunter.
Immediately. They got the dust off, but they're not going to find him in the trees.
Position. He sees him on the ward once he breaks it, and he knows he did his job there. Just buying space while they're down on the downtime with the Lycan. They don't want to get anything done when he doesn't have ulti.
They're still running straight behind mid into the Dire jungle.
No, he has wolves scouting out here.
They do get the 200 gold creep. That's, something for Raven at least. Little snack.
Oh, there's a stack here.
All of a sudden, this became not too bad.
Yeah, all of a sudden, this is basically a hero kill worth of gold, even if you don't get the kill. Get that helm dot creep. That's a lot of gold.
That's a track that we go for a song. Nope. No, he doesn't. It's another track that Disruptor gets recovered. Yeah, exactly. Active Shrine. All 5 LGD heroes here. Chalice is not going to go down. There's the Quap ultimate. GA comes out as well, but that's not going to beat up either. They're just full trade from Ame. Multiple tracks coming out as well.
Raven's going down to this.
Raven dead.
Yep. It looks like Sam H may get caught as well. He's got track on him. Bounty's still chasing. Razor's hauling as fast as he can behind. Looks like Lion's going to catch up at first, yeah.
That's with the Shuriken. Maybe turns to the napalm. Don't know if that's the play to come the wolf. Charge.
There's the hex. That's a dead bat.
That's almost a blink dagger at 13 minutes on the low end.
And then that's the thing about the LGD lineup right now is like even though the top 2 players in net worth are Omni and Quap, next 4 are all LGD, and they all love being in that position. They have very easy to obtain core items that just rapidly increase their strength and their presence around the map. Razor has Drum, he's gonna go Yules next. Tinker's just gonna go bots into Blink, Lion Blink, and the Lycan inevitably levels up that Necro Book, and all of a sudden they just become this unstoppable mass that has the ability to bring their key.
And what we talked the draft was like we were fearful of LGD not getting the start that they needed, and this is the complete opposite. Like this isn't a game where if it's even at this stage, it's favoring TNC. This is a game where if it's even, it's favoring LGD, and they're actually ahead by 3,000 gold. So once again, our predictions are on point. And Bounty Hunter is scouting out Sam H, farming his Blink Dagger. He's not even close. Only 900 gold towards his. Who would have thought that Lion would have his Blink? 1,200 gold before the Batrider. He's level 8 on the line. Absolutely insane as a hero that is not meant to have this good of a start.
Meanwhile, Quap decided to go the Veil this game, which is interesting. I mean, I guess it works, gives you a bit of armor, a bit of stats, helps you survive versus this burst, as well as the damage from Lycan and Razor. It's not exactly the item progression he needed. I mean, is it going to help him? He's not going to have the damage to burst this Tinker. I don't think he...
I don't actually know what he's supposed to buy. I wouldn't mind it, like... My concern is that the way you win this game is to accelerate faster than the Tinker, right? To maintain this position in second net worth for the entire game. And Veil doesn't allow you to do that. You need insane rune control to be able to stay on map. I would rather him just have like a void so maybe in the
Chalice here.
Overlap, so really
hard overlap.
Don't know if oh my, Cuckoo almost died to the wolves.
Yeah, that was a lot of overlap. It's so on it didn't matter.
He may still die.
That's like a little bit of ball.
Wow.
That's the tomato neutral creep.
Oh, that wasn't even controlled.
Yeah,
that was just by chance. Wow, poor Cuckoo, man.
Home field
no Cocoa Puffs today.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you even brought that up.
Yeah, immediate finger, stop, combo, track.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's a whole lot of gold.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Bam.
And in the meantime, look at what Tink was able to do. Look at the warding from Xnova. It's been gorgeous the entire game. Once again, a trio of wards, this time to control the entire bottom circuit of this Radiant jungle. Like, what do you do?
Right
Look at
this. Into the disruptor. He's immediately dead.
Absolutely. That is some chocolate on this track.
Radiant's middle tower.
That's a lot of chocolate, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
Me too, man. I was paying the price, but that's a 2-man track kill in exchange. That's like not even trade at all.
Yeah, and they got the tier 1 as well. Razor was
They're gonna get smacked.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Lo and
under
behold,
attack.
there's just 2 more wards.
Illusion.
Looks like Armel's going right in this Orchid build, which is the exact opposite of what we were talking about earlier. He really just... I don't think he's going to be able to use it enough. I don't think he needs more stats. He needs survivability. He needs to be able to stay on map and actually tank through some of these spells and move around.
It's really just like staying on map, right? And he doesn't have the... Like, I really think mana regeneration on this hero is undervalued because if you can just stay on map and utilize shrines if you have a low HP, like, you just keep shoving waves, you TP, keep shoving waves, right? The only thing that threatens you this entire game is Lion Tinker. He could be, like, shoving this and just immediately top, but now you don't really have the ability anymore to deal with the Tinker waves. Lion is just going to play this dead lane bottom, Tinker's going to slowly shove it, and inevitably someone from TNC is going to farm it. You're going to have a Blink Lion, you're going to have a Blink Tinker momentarily, and you're just going to kill that guy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Every time Bounty goes to pop, he's going to play this area. Tinker now takes care of middle lane. Razor just farming the trio camp in the Masturbatorium by the Dire bottom shrine.
What a word.
I was thinking the same thing. And now we have, looking at this net worth again, you know, it used to be this Omni and this Quap sitting up top, but now Quap's just falling behind very quickly. Very quickly. I don't think
Lion is farming beyond lane for his team. That's
a courier snipe with a hood on it by Xnova. Well played, sir. He doesn't care if he dies. He doesn't care at all.
I love that. And look, he buys 2 sentries as well. He's like, I don't care about my death. Yeah. It's already been used for my team. Do they have any follow-up disables left? They have like glimpse. Yes, they do, but no kinetic field. He's gonna just choose it anyway.
Yeah, what?
Could he have just ran it?
Yeah, they could have. They did have a net up in 1 second on the Naga, so I don't know if it would have, you know, gotten him out of the situation, but
either way, I mean, those deaths are important for TNC to get those kills back in this game, but I don't think it really changes the state of the game. I think Lion and Tinker are the primary source of map control for the side of LGD.
And Lion's just planting himself behind the core in either lane. He was sitting behind Tinker bottom before, now he's sitting behind this Razor. He's just waiting. He knows that if he lands a blink stun on any hero on TNC's side, they're immediately dead.
Apparently Lion has a 90 damage talent.
He does. He smacks away.
You didn't know that?
I thought it was like 60.
It used to be. They made it a lot larger.
Casual, like more than double damage for the Lion here. And that gives him pretty much solo kill potential on anyone that isn't Omni, I think.
I mean, it just makes the Tinker even more threatening when you know that the Lion's going to add, you know,
trapped, and he is dead. That is a whole lot of bonus gold. Team 150 for the bounty, 40 for everybody else. That feels good on LGD's side.
Poor Armel. And if you can see how rich FY is getting off all these tracks, he's 5,000 net worth. He's ahead of the Bat Rider, who has been so quiet this game. I honestly forgot Sam H was even on his trademark hero. And they last picked this, bear in mind as well. Like,
I mean, what do you do? What do you do on the side of TNC to get back in this game? Do you just delay, try to have this QoP split lanes, like get bat online? I don't know. I feel like this bat is just out of favor at this point.
Please tell us, Kyle. I've never been behind in a game in my life, so I'm not familiar with the situation.
I mean, I'm not really sure. Part of the reason, you know, I'm casting now is because I didn't really have the foresight to be able to accurately predict how to come back in unwinnable games.
Yes.
Although that isn't to say the TNC are out of this. I think that they've got a great chance. They just need to find 3 or 4 kills on the cores of LGD, specifically Tinker, take Rashawn, get another round of items on all their heroes, and most importantly, don't feed the bounty hunter more trap kills.
But how do you really stop doing that?
You song into 4-man Meteor Hammer from Naga. That's what you do.
A very short list of requirements.
Yeah.
TNC has.
Keep in mind, they always have the ability to song into a huge disruptor ult.
They are smoked, and they might find it FY, who may be one of the most high-value kills in this game.
They're in. Lasso on FY.
Oh, they always like this.
That's also a Helm Dom creep worth an extra 200 gold to boot. Bob's kind of almost like recipe away from an Orchid. That could be game-changing against heroes like Lion.
But this is the issue with the TNC draft, right? You get that kill, but
now what?
Yeah, there's nothing that allows you to pressure objectives, and that was what we were hoping that last pick Bat Rider would be. And obviously, being a bat, that is not the case. He fills different holes in the draft that may or may not have been more pressing than the complete lack of a Roche or objective taker.
Looks like Tinker is just right back to split pushing these waves. He's feeling real good top, on his way to Ags. He's
Weird
a bit over halfway
Not sure
there.
why he's going Ags against the heroes they have on TNC. Yeah. Wouldn't even mind like an Aetherlands BKB or something like that.
I think Aetherlands is just core in any game where you're like this far ahead, but the Axe timing will probably win them a team fight pretty reliably, but I don't know if TNC is going to have that close-knit space that Axe would utilize, but we'll see.
Are you trying to say that you know better than maybe?
Maybe.
Definitely maybe.
Definitely maybe.
Yeah, I
heard it here first, folks.
What a sad disruptor game for Cuckoo, man. You just have creeps running at you the whole game. You're running out with boots and 3 sentries.
I like this bounty hunter's killing blades, though. Just killing all of the sentries. And they know, you can tell they want to control the Roche pit on the side of LGD. Look at the D ward and sentries all around it. Oh, TNC smoked up. They might find the bounty hunter. Razor, but he actually just gets headed up. They can disengage during this BKB. That Rider goes down. Tinker actually dies to the Orchid in the fountain. Has buyback if he so chooses. This Razor has no BKB, but that's a see you later singing the Sayonara song.
The QoP is still tracked though, and FY is chasing. He has blink, stun, and finger.
Oh gosh.
Oh wow! Nice position by Lion.
Oh, FY.
I mean, he did get 840. Just feeling really bad for this QoP.
It's just hard, right? Because even if you get these kills, these fights, like even if you were to win that decisively, you can't get any real map control out of it.
Like LGD are right in the Roche, and they're gonna.
Oh, X-Nom in trouble. Dust up as well. They're ready to finish the kill. Lion's coming in. He gets this on the Raven. Does get the repel running in. There's no BKB. A huge disruptor also been coming out as well. Inside one, lose all of their control. Saving still barely alive. Whoa, no, it's Stinger. Sam is now probably going to clean up this fight. Now he's super low. His drain comes out on the Raven.
I don't think this is going to save him. The damage coming out of this Tinker is just too much for them to do.
Yeah, like he wasn't even there for that initial.
It looks like he changed up from the Ag. Looks like he's got a Yule's queued up now.
Okay.
I guess that's just the deal with the QoP silence. He died once to it. He's not going to let that happen again.
I was going to say, I like Yules or Aether, but Yules makes sense the moment you recognize the Orchid for the reason you just stated, which is, yeah, QoP can go for him, but now you just don't die anymore.
Yeah.
And there really isn't enough to catch you outside of that.
And then they're just right into the Roche pit here. TNC can't do anything to contest this. They're just going to have to watch from the high ground over here and hope that they don't get jumped. X-Nova get caught out.
Well, that's something. A little bit of gold on Mel's pocket. Here comes the comeback.
This might be in trouble, actually, if they catch him. What was called first, but it was just in time through the no disable coming out from QoP.
Yeah, surprisingly, Armel's still top of the net worth chart. So that just kind of that's literally all that Tinker kill at the beginning of that last fight, where you just get
840.
Yeah, and keep in mind, because of recent changes to Dota 2, net worth and the comeback, well, rather the comeback mechanic now is reliant on individual heroes' net worth and your net worth in comparison versus what it was previously when it had to do with the team's net worth. So you essentially want to kill these cores of LGD all about equal, and you'll be rewarded
Heftily.
indeed, greatly.
True.
I'm just concerned that they don't really, the itemization for TNC, I don't see affecting the next fights. You're going to go S and Y before Radiance on the Omni night. I don't know how much that's going to really affect anything. The Quap's going to buy a BKB, but if you're not able to land 2 or 3 kills in your opening, I don't know if you have the sustained damage output to really persist, assuming that Tinker is still alive.
I mean, again, it is possible. We do have this disruptor. There's that, you know, that little X factor there. If he gets ulti right in their face, they all get stuck in the kinetic field there. There's a chance.
Problem is that Disruptor is doing his best Cinder and
Kyle with the predict on this Meteor Hammer here. This is turning the tides, man. TNC all the way on the other side of the planet. You know,
that Naga is trying to turn the tides.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Getting to that point in the day where my analysis is already worse than it is, and we have to whip out the corny jokes.
That's good.
Because I got nothing else.
I'm a big fan, man.
You're welcome.
Razor smoked in bottom, has the Aegis, has BKB.
FY has the Ether Lens. This guy is stacked. He is doing the opposite of what Disruptor's doing in this game. He's living the dream. Every support, he almost doesn't know what to do with all these items.
Good smoke coming out from TNC. If they can backstab LGD, find some critical kills, maybe they turn this game. You need to find the Tinker. Also, there's an Atos on the Lycan.
Also, there, yes. What?
That's, wow, interesting. I guess it's just to trap this Quap. You can chew away at him.
They might get you out. They saw him. All the glimpse.
Oh, there's the glimpse.
There's a shrine here, too.
Dead, and there's a shrine pop.
GA comes out, Sam H in a lot of trouble. Let's go have Lasso, but he gets burned to the GA by his necro units. Oh god, he's in trouble. FY does die on the backside. Quap does get the blink away. The song as well. Are they going to TP out?
Yep, Armel is safe. Cuckoo is. Tim's as well. That is more than happy on the side of TNC. You're feeling good about that. I mean,
but still, you're the one losing a tower for this.
And you also have no ability to fight now for about 2 minutes just because you used all your ults, and it's.
But do you think they can barrel down past this tier 2? I think they're going to have to back up after this.
Get the last hit on that. No, the deny coming out. The micro.
Come on, blink it. Take that. Be aggressive.
No free space, says LGD. They make you earn every step you take. And
earn real money.
That's it. That's all I got. Ame is just sitting in bottom lane. He didn't even run all the way away. He knew they weren't going to chase that far.
And this Razor's going next item Ags, which gives them even more ways of ending this game if he chooses to go for that. Tinker, on the other hand, going back for the Ags now that he has the Yules to survive the Orchid from the Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain is now going that Shivas. Now that he has the Orchid BKB completed, he's going to try to, I guess, you know, find this Tinker.
Yep.
He can slow up this Lycan if he's walking around, find that whoever else he needs to.
The issue is just that as this game continues, you always have a bounty hunter, so trades are always going to be favoring LGD, especially now that he hits level 12. Not to mention, you're running a dual core lineup, as TNC often is, but you're going to be playing against effectively 4 cores because Lion's just, it's such a huge power spike right now.
And I'm surprised Omni, he went for this S&Y, which without the Radiance, I don't think it's very powerful to get like this.
Predator gets caught out. Oh, he missed the Hex?
Looks that way. I don't know if
it's T-Hex.
Effect too much, unfortunately.
Cuckoo dies anyway. Yeah, that's true.
Ags is complete on the Tinker.
Radiant's middle tower.
And this game only seems to get easier for LGD. They're up by 8,000 gold, and they're up by 8 kills. I see a cool correlation there.
Radiant's middle tower.
Means I look Tinker against 3 heroes, just going to consistently spam this top. Oh, we get knocked to the left.
That's the Yules. Buy some time, but this is
that is one dead Somnus.
That is called sending a message.
Thing is, like, yeah, miscue, Tinker does die, but they also take the mid tier 2 in the meantime. However, it is well played by TNC. They are certainly keeping themselves in it. 8,000 gold is not an insurmountable advantage, assuming that this Quap can just take over. And also the item build, you have a Razor who's going to go for an Ags, Lycan who's already purchased an Atos, so I don't know if that's a serious choice or not.
Oh, but in the jungle, Ame with the Yules onto this Omni. Oh,
Does have GA.
This
He
is
does
setting
have
up the
Repel.
song.
Nice song.
I think they go Lycan here, right?
Two-man Meteor Hammer? No, he's going straight for the Lycan.
On top, will he go down for the question? The heal comes out as well. GA
Dire's
pops,
middle tower is
Razor,
under
relatively
attack.
ineffective. BKB for Quap. Why a Tinker, remember? There's no Tinker in this fight. Quap's going to chase down this line. In fact, I'm on the Naga side, but in the meantime, the Destructo will save him. Will they find the Razor is the question. He still has BKB TP. BKB gets one track kill. Looks like Bounty gets netted. He's probably going to go down on the side, but in the meantime, Razor will BKB teleport out. Unfortunately, no lasso available thanks to that kill on Tinker, but that's a 1 for 4. Armel dominating with a double kill. And I told you guys TNC had this. You were down and you guys said that this game was over. And me, the only believer. What?
Sorry, I too gel like 2 sentences ago. That was epic. They have the gem on Battle Rider. That's a huge deal for the map control. Not only that, but it also eliminates the bounty hunter's ability to really scout out the way that he needs to in order to protect his Tinker. Despite the fact that this Tinker has the Yules, it only removes the Orchid. It's not any good against the rest of TNC's lineup. And I think our predictions are really coming to fruition, Josh. We saw this 4 steps ahead of it. Yeah. I didn't listen to a single word Kyle just said.
Why is LGD playing that area of the map with Tinker dead? To be fair.
Top lane.
Yeah, Griff, Naga's probably dead here. Yeah, he is 100%.
No track kill, that's valid. Raven, on the other hand, is bottom. May run at him with the Lycan ulti. He has the Atos queued for this Omni Knight.
Lycan ulti popped. Somnus blinking in.
Tinker perhaps, but there's a gem. You might not want to waste that here.
He's trying to chew through this repel. Raven
Nice Yules TP, I like it. Meanwhile, top Disruptor goes down to Ame, and Quap is forced to blink out. Actually took the 650 AoE Shadow Strike talent. I kid you not.
I like that against the Lycan and just the... It's just more damage, right? I don't mind the spell lifesteal, but I don't think that's how he's going to win the game.
You see, Sam H is still sitting in this corner, pinging this Lycan for the life of him. I wonder what he's trying to do. I don't think they have nearly enough damage. He TP's out. I guess his team wasn't buying the guys running this Lycan bot lane. Let's do it.
Yeah, the issue is you look at where all the lanes are, even though that there's a bit of trading around the map. Top lane in the tower, bottom lane already going to be heading into the tier 3 pretty soon. Mid lane being covered by Armel, but the map control that they have, like currently TNC is just kept in the crease. And if they can't break out of it, they need fights. They have to find the Tinker. Like that's where this all starts, is find the Tinker and set up for an objective. Roche is going to respawn in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. They want to find Tinker in about 2 minutes, and then they're able to do Roche or force a buyback. But Tinker, far less effective at forced to fight around Roche versus near his creep waves and his structures.
And there, yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about. Something to find the Tinker. Something we've been hoping for the beginning. He's looking pretty big. What does Quap buy next? Do you think he goes back for a Lincoln's? Do you think he gets something like that? I feel like he needs more damage. He's carrying the gem at this point, so I guess he's going to be the guy finding these wards, making these plays. LGD is smoked up.
No, they're in the air.
This Tinker, they saw him.
They're trying to scout Naga regions, but that will not do the job.
Lasso onto the bounty hunter. He's going to go down nearly immediately. There's immediate hex column onto the Queen of Pain. The GA comes out, purged by the Razor. BKB, finger. Armel gets the blink away. Meantime, bounty hunter's going to live on a sliver of AP. Here comes Tinker. There's nothing there for Somnus, but the Meteor Hammer turnaround. Here comes the Quap Ultimate as well. They kill the Tinker. This could be huge. Huge Quap Ultimate comes through. Tinker stepping in. The Armel breaks away. In the meantime, a stun comes out on the back rider. Challenge trying to finish him off. Ame godlike, doing so much damage to Raven. He might be able to finish him off in the meantime. Armel brings back him down, right down him in the play, buddy. No!
Your ashes.
Really keeping him stuck in place. That's a gem back in his hands.
Dude, the song turnaround. You
what's up?
Oh man.
Oh man.
So wait, how did that even go?
That's my commentary.
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, anyway.
Oh my word.
Maybe got a little too aggressive, hungry for blood. He tasted it, and then all of a sudden he's right into a song. Tim's with the immediate turnaround with the Meteor Hammer, and Armel's still ready. It's funny though. I believe if he had spell steal or spell life steal, I'm pretty sure he lives there. Yeah, I also believe people and a bunch of minions.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, he blinked out with like what, 300 HP, 400 HP. He definitely would have. That would have healed him right to max. I thought you were going to talk about the instance where Omni decided to run away from this Lycan. I thought if he had sat there smack, because I saw Armel coming in, and with a little coordination, that blink in, and maybe he doesn't die. But they ended up losing the Quap anyway, which was kind of grim. But I'd say that was a whole lot of.
He's getting his Coco Plus on.
There it is.
He's dead.
There it is.
They're actually going to try to collapse it, but it doesn't matter.
Razor is down a little bit, but now they're in such a good position. The back of he has the jab down. TNC.
He's got a full bowl of cereal.
Oh no!
Hanging out.
He's even got some chocolate.
Those are track kills. They go down to 5. That's a 4K gold swing.
That's some whole milk after how fat he is from those kills.
Man. FY is just leaning back in his chair, getting comfortable, stretching a bit, you know, cracking his knuckles, taking a sip of water, and he's going to go right back at it.
Yep.
Wow. Somnus is picking up a hex.
The term I would use for that is when a team gets too kill horny. You get a bunch, you have this huge swing, you're feeling good, the momentum rises, and then all of a sudden you're diving into trees for a lion and you feed away the chest.
That is
depressing.
Yeah. Roche is up now, and if they walk, oh no. LGD is going to walk straight into the Roche pit. Not biased at all, of course. I'm just rooting for game 3.
Yeah.
LGD just the invincible, unstoppable machine.
Omni's going for a late radiance.
Oh no, that's after late radiance. Blinks in, immediate hex onto the Naga Siren. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. No finger up, but that's a BKB.
Popped on this Razor. He's got a full drain. He's going to go right back into the fight with 192 damage.
Squash is a toast.
Oh my gosh, he's getting Yules. He's going to get Yules offensively by the Razor. The stun on top from line, frame canceling, much like a Nick stun. It's 100%.
And all of a sudden, 7K lead back in the favor of LGD. It was 1K about a minute and a half ago.
And now they've got an Aegis.
Right back.
And that's also a cheese. And they can just get Aegis to Tinker, I think. And now they have
cheese
an unkillable Tinker.
Cheese
on the Lycan, a BKB Razor. And suddenly, that dangling done by Lion in the top lane turned into some real tangling for LGD as they take down their main objective in the Roshan, which should lead to more objectives.
This Tinker only 1,700 off of a Hex. He gets that. That's just going to be abusive. He's just going to chain Hex this squall.
They're looking with the Batrider going possibly now. He just wants the Firefly to slow down the push.
Razor, remember, cheese on him as well. No ult on Lycan for just a few moments. BKB up in a second as well. Tinker plays so aggressive now because even if he gets lasso, he's always going to be able to respawn thanks to that Blink Dagger. There's the Mark spam canceling back initiation. Quap track now.
Quap does not want to buy back here. I think he might just have to hold it unless they get the Batrider lasso. Never mind. He immediately buys back. They net up the Razor, who hasn't BKB just yet. That is there, we Sour Strike, but the truck is just dying of the wolves on the side. And he's already going down. He has buyback ulti as well. They lasso the Razor. He's BKB. He's taking virtually no damage. He does have the cheese still, so I doubt he's going to go down. Armel's getting ran at by Chalice, who's still an ulti for the Disruptor ulti onto Armel, but still has the cheese. He goes down to the finger on the side of the Batrider. He's hitting him on Raven, but he's still got the cheese. He's baiting it as long as possible. Never mind, he's used it already. We saw it all of chat, and he gets away on a sliver of health.
Nice Yules defensively. He buys that extra bit of space, and all of a sudden TNC's here to just back away. Here they come in again. He's going to get fast. He's actually going to go. He's not that BKB.
Lycan is down.
Real aggressive.
Tinker with the Dagon 3 pickup. He's going to come right back into this fight.
And Raven might just go down to this Dagon.
Oh, there's the song. They know he's there.
Found him. Here comes the video hammer. Will this be enough for the question of Lycan from Armel? Ame buys back. The stun misses onto the clock. Does not kill this Tinker.
Does that scream?
Oh, he has Aegis. Doesn't matter. TP out from Raven under the cover of Repel. Still an ulti up on the Quap, but he's in trouble now.
There's no buyback on this.
They don't have any real disable, so that's why it gets here. He's out. Oh, they get the track though.
Does this Lycan? How long does Lycan have?
He's got half
bit. Nope, he's out. He has no buyback though. You gotta run. You gotta run. Glimpse this Tinker. Challenge chasing Armel. He has BKB up. The GA. He blinks it. He's back into the base. Following it up. Tinker's good. He uses himself in the face. Quap or Lycan gets back. Lasso. How many BKB into the base?
That was everything to save your Quap, though. Meanwhile, LG
clips onto the Lycan. He's gonna go down without anything to boot. He has just buyback. He didn't use it. Ame's already bought back. This is a buyback for Ame. I whispered it so it's more impactful. He stacks 120 seconds.
He gets out.
And Armel barely lives, and he's going to have that scream of pain, 1 second fear, or 1.5 seconds if he chooses to level it. What do you take here? Do you take the spell block?
I think so. I'm not sure, honestly. The fear is pretty insane in this game, especially against the Lycan. When you just fear his Necros and Wolves away from you, like that buys so much time.
That's true.
I think it goes either way.
Do we want to talk about the fact that this Tinker just said, I don't want this Hex anymore. Screw that. Dagon 3, TP right back into the fight. Sadly, it didn't pay off, but like that was a bold move.
Bold move, God. Indeed. I gotta say, Cuckoo, if he's not toasted by now, 116 and 17, not having a great game. As you saw, he just gets ran up by Lycan summons, and that's the big issue with Disruptor against Lycan, because you might glimpse him, but you can't really do much against those creeps. And
we've got Bounty just walking back in here. They might find Predator.
There's Tinker.
Sorry,
that's a free Tinker.
Cuckoo's out. That's a Courier. Courier gets shielded.
Tibbs is running in with the Song and the Gem. They could get Tinker here twice if they so choose to commit to it with the Queen of... Oh, he just... Wow.
Did he not toggle his... Oh, he doesn't have a Soul Ringer. I mean, not Soul Ring.
Maybe trouble here, but I think that's the least of their concerns on the side of LGD. He goes down to the net, and he doesn't quite have that Lotus Orb down on the Bounty Hunter. He does have buyback if he so chooses to use it. There is a DD from top that may come into play.
You said he doesn't have a Bastille. Can you explain that mechanic, Josh?
I mean, I can, but I feel like that's given a little unfair advantage. But with the change in the duration for Song Cancel and Meteor Hammer, it used to be you could just shift cancel your ulti, and it would hit guaranteed, frame perfect. The only thing you could do was BKB, activate a Magic Immune, like, you know, Life Stealer or Jug, or a BKB, obviously. But now they changed it a little bit, so it's, I believe it's 3 frames, yeah, 3 frames off. So if you toggle a Bassi or an Aquila on off 3 times in between the ulti and the Meteor Hammer, it will hit frame perfect again.
Wow.
Yeah. So then,
as long as it's not Kyle telling me the mechanics, I trust you.
So then your boy Tinker can't blink out of it like he just did.
Damn.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's because you have to shift Q it if you want to get it off properly.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Essentially,
so Meteor Hammer, shift, fast.
They're gonna find this like despite smoking underneath the ward. Oh my god, they went the wrong direction. Chalice.
Oh,
they're gonna find him. They're gonna find him. Lasso on and Chalice. He's looking like he's going to get bursted. Gets Glimmer Cake, but that should be enough. Ulti and BKB. He goes down to the Queen of Pain ulti. He has buyback, but no ulti or BKB.
There's a Radiance up on Bounty now. Does TNC win this game somehow? Because honestly, the longer it gets, like, if they do win a 6-slot war at a point, because Quap will be an incredible hero, the Omni Knight becomes nigh unkillable, and Batrider Naga, while they don't have net worth, their kits are enough. You saw the lasso. It's going to land a kill the entire game if somebody gets fought alone. This would be a hell of a comp. If TNC win this game, I will be very impressed, especially considering
hasting down mid. He knew what he was doing when he took this Shadow Strike, man. He just walks into a wave, QE, get out of there. He knows exactly what he's doing. This man's talents are actually not comparable to a majority of heroes in this game. It's just ridiculous.
To pull one of the all-time legends of Dota.
It's just ridiculous.
Wow.
I don't think that quote was accurate, but it was a good try, BSJ. You do your best work when you're copying other people, I must say. In the meantime, bottom lane, a push coming in from the Quap Omni Disruptor bat. Lasso's coming up in just a moment.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Please.
I got a cold monster over here.
Dire's structures.
Josh always there for me in the clutch. Okay, they use the Meteor Hammer, gets blocked by the fortification. Lycan's back alive, has all of his shenanigans back, the BKB as well as the ultimate.
And Armel feeling confident, man. He is smacking away at this tower. Gets the T2. He's just sitting here in their face. He's got his team behind him right now, but there's no FY lurking in the trees this time.
This is what I wanted his item build to be, but with Lincoln's before Orchid.
Yeah.
And however, he kind of made plays with it, so I can't really fault him either direction. But this is where Quap becomes really powerful, because you're no longer able to just 100-0 burst him down, especially when there's a Naga, an Omni Knight, a Lasso all behind him.
And he did force this Tinker to buy a Yules, which is occupying one of his very valuable slots. He is on his way to Hex again still, but he's too scared now. He wants to wait for that surplus gold to go all the way up to that 5,700. He's not going to buy it yet. And I guess, you know, if
Omni has a Manta.
Buying an Orchid forces that.
Quite a late
build.
Manta,
That's probably worth it.
But I think he might need that Manta against the Naga to try to escape.
And Radiant, they're not smoked, but they do have possession of the high ground. In the meantime, Armel blinks in on the Arcane Rune. Oh, they get the Orchid onto the line and the lasso. He's going to go down almost immediately. Repel. And BKB topped already. They did it over that well. Yeah, this is going to be a kill on Bounty. He gets netted. In the meantime, Lycan ulti is chasing this. You can't pursue into this. You cannot fight in this area if you're Tinker. You're far too exposed. And just
Dominus is running away.
They might catch Chalice here as well. He's got TP and BKB. Maybe
They're
they
hanging him out.
that.
They know exactly.
He didn't BKB. Blink Scream.
Oh,
he didn't go for it.
Man, who was that? Cuckoo called exactly where he was. Pinged right on his face.
That's all those Cocoa Puffs, man.
Yeah, and Armel just said no, man. Playing it safe. I want these creeps. But I mean, ultimately, they won that fight. They're feeling good.
Roche is going to be up in about a minute, it looks like.
Yep.
Radiant's
Okay,
top
there's a DD
tower
room
is
top
under
that they
attack.
see that's up for another minute. They can choose to push mid possibly off of that DD, give it to the Omni Knight who right clicks for 360 at this point.
This game is real scary. And I got to point to the Rod of Atos Lycan. In the event LGD inevitably somehow managed to lose this game, although actually that makes it sound like TNC's not playing out of the court because they've been nuts. It all comes back to that song Turnaround by Tim's on the high ground where they end up killing the Tinker +1. The thing is they got to do that again. They need to kill maybe to win this game. You cannot
looking
give
for
away
a third Roche either. Oh my god, they tried to use the Sentry for vision and they actually almost caught him there. That Sentry was so close. Doesn't it give like 150 AoE vision or something like that? Yeah, that was really close. If he had planted that in the trees, he would have found him.
I love the build from Naga. He's got a pipe up. You need one of those against a Tinker if you want any hope of winning the game. And he's also itemizing for a Hex, which I love.
And he has a 7-second cooldown net because of that level 20 talents.
That's the talent to use. Not that mirror image. You're a support Naga, but obviously that. Bounty takes out one ward. That Tinker ward bomb is still active, however. In the meantime, Raven, so far, he's going to go BKB next, probably get rid of that hood at a point. Bot's finished as well, so their map control is a lot stronger. Oh, initiation onto the Omni Knight. He's in a lot stronger. Wow. GA comes out. Does have BKB up still, but I don't know if he runs out. Turns vulnerable during the Omni Knight ulti as well as BKB. If he's not going to die here, Rage does have a pick up. Oh, get it on.
Fly back, please, Quam. Yes.
He's going to go down, though. He has buyback available.
Lion's in trouble with that 1.5 second fear. He has a Lotus Sword, but he goes down as well. Don't buyback on Lion. He's actually a very shot hero.
That's beautiful. That's exactly what you got to do. There's a buyback on Razor, but as we've said many times, that team that uses the first buyback, you're now in control of the game. You can force Roche. Razor's got to make a decision. Do I want to buy back and contest Roche, or do I just stay dead? And this is worth it. You're going to get an Aegis on Quad.
Wow. And this is the refresher shot, too. Who you put that on? You put that on the Naga?
Nice.
You put it on
You put that on the Omni, boys. Come on. Double BKB, double item spots for that. You 100% give. Look, guys, double repel, double GA. Did you see what just happened there? You're getting.
I mean, it is a 10-second repel at this point in the game. That's the duration of any fight going on.
Hey, Kyle, you can have this one.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave it to the Batrider, who has double BKB, double ulti, double
Okay,
four-staff.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'll take the all of us were wrong here.
Yeah.
Good. So backtrack a bit. We did all say Batrider first, you know. Just
I heard that.
Whispered it in my ear first, and I just said, no, you're wrong. But then he's right. So, I mean, that we're all right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
What we said. My bad.
It was the other way around. We've got EXO loading by the base, waiting for this courier, and it's 47 minutes in the game, and they are still dodging for courier time. I respect that, TNC.
Oh, no.
Even with this ward, no, it's gone.
Look at that. They know he's there somehow. They got the spidey senses.
They actually know he's there.
He's escorting the courier. You know why? I think it's because that ward Nova wasn't in tower range. Maybe they saw him place it.
That's impressive. I'm impressed. That is dedication.
TNC,
right
I cannot believe they've kept their composure like this. One of the major criticisms for SEA teams in the past was always just a lack of discipline in these sorts of pressure situations. TNC, they haven't won a BO3 in a main stage in so long, and yet somehow they found the tenacity of battle back against a polished LGD team that's been routinely competing for first or second place at
TNS.
Dyer's top tower.
It's a stretch.
Josh corner.
I'll give my dogs that, bro.
Oh, man. The smoke comes out. This could be huge. This is your timing. You've got double, bat, refresher, blink BKB. It is rapidly approaching 8 a.m. local time, but we are on the edge of our seats as TNC makes a smoke move that may find the X-Nova Bounty Hunter. Not the kill they're looking for, but a kill nevertheless.
LGD in their base, I guess.
They found
it. Oh, wow. That's a value pick on this bounty. He is out of the fight. No buyback. Yep.
Mjolnir on Quap, by the way.
They do have to deal with this lane bot. They're sending Tim's back to take care of them. In North Wave, he's going to be happy with all these farms.
Possibly going back for a mech instead of that sheep stick.
This is the part of the game, by the way, where the Quap is suddenly the hero that does the most right-click damage in the map. You can argue Lycan does more, but he's so easily kited, and he's going to be playing into GA. If the bot stays alive, he will kill everyone.
The damage buff on Mjolnir, putting the active up on anyone getting targeted by Lycan, all of a sudden this is just an enormous spike in damage.
Yep, and just plus he took the attack speed talent earlier on. He's got he just does right-click damage, and this is where Quap hits a point where you're suddenly a right-click carry more so than just this huge burst initiator that then doesn't really offer very much more.
He's going in for that Bloodborne next. He's making sure that he deals the most damage on that. He wants to see those red.
They do have the completed sheep stick on the Nog.
Oh, he didn't go for that mech. He had the mech queued up. Yeah. I thought he was going to change it up last minute.
He's going ag next, which I agree with, because then you just song, your team heals to full, and you continue taking. And this is where, in all honesty, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the LGD lineup runs out of damage at a point because they're so reliant on Link and on Tinker to make things happen for them. And when you're now forced to play into a GA, multiple BKBs, massive amounts of sustain, the pipe, etc., you're at a point now where you don't have the ability to land kills in a burst window, and all of a sudden you're taking a sustained by banging
down on the hill up here. That was an interesting find.
Pick up the Razor. There's a lasso available. Up to the BKB. Razor in a lot of trouble. Dagger on the 2 huge ultimate comes out from the Quap. He's not going to be able to find the Tinker, even though he gets silent. The lasso onto the Razor. He's going to go down. Oh, the refresher shot. But back and going down.
Lights going down with it.
Meteor Hammer hacks on top. Oh, he's hasted away.
There's glimpse back. No, he is dead.
Do you buy back?
Buy back on Razor already.
You buy back on bad 100% here in this game. But he has Lycan buyback. I thought he might have used it in the previous fight.
The gem's still stuck in the corner. Oh man, if Sam H had just managed to live through that initial engagement, that would have been huge for them. Like, he would have had another lasso to finish up another kill.
He has bots, so I think if they manage to get the initiation on base, should actually buy back.
He's not going to go for so. I thought he was going to song there. I think you might want to blink, actually, before the X even. You still have Aegis on the Quap. Now you just want this tier 3. You kill the tier 3, get some map control. I think you can maybe count that as a win. Oh my gosh, the Rocket's mini.
He's got this 10-second repel coming up again in a second. 5 seconds till Omni has it up. He might just keep smacking away at this T3. Here's the repel. He's just right back in.
Just want this tier 3. How long on Aegis? We got 1 minute left. So you can play a little aggressive if you're RML, but you don't want to ever be forced to buy back if you're Quap. You're playing against Tinker, Heck, and a Lion. If you're ever in a position for getting all in and leads to your death and no buyback, like, it's just game. You can't win this game if you're TNC with a Quap. Just like LGD has no chance of winning this game without Tinker. And that's the name of the game right now. I'd argue Omni Knight is actually equally as important as the Quap. So, but I just don't see him dying. He's a strength hero. Come on.
Look at this.
He's only 3,200 health, though. He's not very stat heavy. He went for that Yules and that Lincolns, that Radiance. It's very interesting. Usually you see him at like 4 or 5k. But
notable. Why is he so farmed, guys? 90 GPM level 10, 90 damage level 15. Talents. Changing the game since whenever they were added to the game.
Wait, hey, did you realize that Lion has a 90 damage talent at level? I know, that was the joke. That was, come on.
Jesus, Josh.
Come on, man.
Josh, you're trying too hard.
Oh my god.
Quit it with the corny jokes. Take it professional. Thank you. This is a major.
So where do we go from here? I mean, I guess we just wait now.
Yeah, I mean,
people are just sitting on buybacks, kind of scared to take an interaction.
Naga's getting a nullifier, by the way.
What's the perfect team fight for TNC here? Is it the Naga song in?
No, it's another thing is
wait to get going on.
The Naga is the X factor now because you have 1, a Hex, 2, a BKB Pearson net with a shorter cooldown than duration, and 3, you always have Song. So Naga, like when the game gets this late, TNC's draft is nuts because they don't have a single worthless core. On the flip side, Lycan doesnn't do anything to GA. Lion and Bounty, like Bounty specifically, just becomes worthless. He's not. You can't get more gold when you're 6-slotted. And even Razor, like, he's going to fall off because he doesn't have a reliable drain target. Maybe Omni Knight, sure, but he's got Lincolns, and you can't really target him either. So
I just want to point out that this Disruptor's buyback, when it's on cooldown or off cooldown, is 350 gold.
It's a 53-minute game. Yeah. He has tricks, wards, a TP.
Oh, and a gem.
He's first slotted.
Look at that. Yeah, get that gem. Cuckoo, go back there.
No,
that's twice
There's two gems. They might, there's another gem next to the Omni Knight right here.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Wow, that. Wait, my name's Stan. What? Okay. No,
What's his buyback at now? 367.
I don't think that changes your network. Yeah.
Sadly.
Tinker Ward placed. Now, here's the thing. If you're TNC, keep collecting runes. I love it. If one of the Omni Knight, that Radiant's now going to allow him to push out side lanes. And you just wait for Roche. Maybe you get a big double rune. Roche may respawn between 45 seconds and 3 minutes 45 seconds from now.
As Brian already said, there is also another Radiance up on this Naga.
Really? No.
With illusions as well, side by side. Yeah.
I don't mind it, actually.
I mean, this Tinker was just pushing into their side lanes. They were taking damage on that top T2 from Tinker alone. He was just sending waves at their base, and now if they have these two Radiances, I don't think there's any way.
I think it's Radii.
Radii? It is. Yeah. Radiance. Radiance says.
Radiance.
How are you guys doing? Because it feels to me like you guys are still somewhat mentally present, but now you're making some conversations, and I'm thinking
look, man, I just wanted to encourage Brian to be himself, you know?
Yep. Be yourself.
Maybe you could be a little bit less yourself.
That's what the women always told me, but there's always a bit too late, you know?
One single
I don't know how to respond to that. Look, the thing about the Naga Radiance is that when you shove these lanes where they are, if you look, he's got the top and then specifically mid, right? Tinker can't really deal with these as the same as if they were actually in the creep wave. And I think that's part of why this item makes a lot of sense to me, because you force Tinker to either deal with his wave by his own base or the one by, like, that's actually meeting in the middle. And it allows you to maintain just more pressure on the map, which is really the only way I think LGD has a real win window, because this next Aegis should give TNC like a guaranteed window to win a fight.
Lycan is just sending his minions at these shrines right now. He already got bot shrine. He's sending this lovely Radiant melee creep up with the other shrine top, letting it smack away there while they just dance around top lane. Looks like
they're just waiting for Roche.
TNC is just taking control, trying to keep LGD in this crease now.
Yep. What is not
2 seconds on Roche? 30% evasion.
Obviously.
What do you take here, actually?
I have no idea.
I don't think I've ever seen a level 25 support now.
Dyer's top tower.
30% evasion. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lose their shrines, which I think, you know, that's the best thing about LGD. They always try to make the best of a bad situation where, yeah, they're kind of completely devoid of map control, but they somehow manage to take shrine thanks to Chalice's split push, and that's something, because it means that any TPs of non-bots, which there aren't many, but you know, doesn't have them, Naga doesn't have them. They're forced now to TP to base and run all the way out, which is going to be that tier 2 top tower, but still, that's 10 seconds more travel time. Could be a difference maker, but in the meantime, they're going to just camp Roche. I see them just do it because LGD is right on the other side of the map. As soon as they see some show down here, maybe they go into it, but in the meantime, they're just going to deal with the creep waves.
I want to point out that this Disruptor now is level 20, 180 GPM pound. His net worth is about to skyrocket.
There you go.
Oh, well, he's
still buying wards.
It increases the cost of his buybacks.
I feel like this Disruptor should not be buying wards. Why is my 9k gold Omni Knight not buying?
That's a great question.
That axe will be a game changer to follow up that
okay on the Quap as well.
Wow.
Radiant's
5, 9, 30 surplus. He got more than enough.
There's a courier.
The wards.
Not the wards.
X-Nova.
Oh, the close. Could be enough. They get the
TP.
They're TPing in the Batrider.
They get the Aegis though. That's all good. Who gets the pressure
on again?
He has a length of his own. This Tinker's job is actually quite difficult. Same with the Lion.
So what you do now, right? It's awkward a bit. If you're TNC, you straight up blink into the enemy base, and with Shiva active and bind somebody, preferably Tinker, but you'll accept Lion as well, because the Lion is a key target. If you take him out, there's no disable left anymore. And if they can find him again, that pretty much GG. You just literally can dive the Tinker, and there's no one that can stop you, because there's literally no stuns.
And then if they do catch you out of place for whatever reason it might be, you have this Naga Song to come in and break up the fight again. You can reset. He did not go the Ags like you were talking about. I mean, he's still got another slot, so he could very soon. If this game
I think you buy Blink next, honestly.
I really like Blink.
Yeah, I just think right now the BKBs are so low on the side of LGD. If you just catch them, or you can Blink net even, like that can just win you the game.
I think it's super important that they get this Disruptor eggs, because because you can BKB everything out of it. They have no counterplay to it. It's super important. Stop buying wards, Cuckoo.
It's actually one of, if not the only things that prevents BKBs out of song. Like there's near, like I think the only other thing that's possible is frame canceling stuns. Like if you come awake inside of a Nyx or a Lion stun, I believe that'll persist and you won't be able to BKB. But I'm 100% sure this Ag's Disruptor will, and I'm trying to give him these lanes because yes.
Okay, Armel.
LGD is hunting. LGD is hunting. They have a ward placed on the high ground as well. It's going to be better.
Armel did finish the buyback. And it costs like no goal. Oh, actually, he's alive. That's the repel. He's getting that ulti up on the Razor. Razor is caught.
Cuckoo in a lot of trouble. GA came out though. Another. You have no refresher though. They used both lassos somehow already at the start of the fight. Razor BKB about to fade. They do not have another GA. In the meantime, Quap's still doing a ton of damage. Heads out onto Razor. Lotus Sword reflecting back onto the knocker, but the Razor's going to go down. He yells at himself, and he's dead 100%. Quap is going to die, but he has Aegis. Taker is dead. He's dead.
Taker is dead.
Buyback immediately on the Razor. Buyback on the Razor. Bounty Hunter's about to go down. Actually, Lotus Sword's in his own. And they have a refresher shot on the top. He's got BKB. He finds the maybe goes down. That's not one. Knox can buy back as well. Everybody buy back. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Chalice is coming back into this fight.
Game 3, boys. No, just kidding. Lion's dead. He's got to buy back too, but that does not matter. 15,000 gold advantage for TNC. Omni Knight's still going to chase. Their base, though, in the tier 4s. Not really going to matter, but at the same time, that is a bit of pressure.
Lion's going to buy back. 10 seconds on Chalice. He is getting hexed, though. I don't think he can make it out of his line.
If you kill this line, then you're going to the line. Lotus Sword out of the line. Tim's is going to get chased away. He still has song, though. Has song.
Almay no buyback. He has no BKB either.
Trying to use it. Trying to use it. There it is. Song disengaged. Lycan is still
just
BKB.
hit this guy. Hit this guy. There you go. They have no meteor him over the Hex is going to spawn in a second. Razor in a lot of trouble. He pops his BKB, but Arnold is right clicking, but he dies. He dies to the Razor. Ultimate in the meantime.
Raven's stuck.
He's still so low.
Himself.
He's got buyback. He's got buyback. Just buyback. There's no Taker. There's no Razor. Everybody buy back. Tibbs is alone and dying. Why are they not buying back?
Armel is just pushing out midway. Taker has 60 seconds left on his respawn. That's it. I thought this was the end of the game.
Crusade continues.
Now they're buying. Oh my goodness. They didn't kill the line. As you can see, like they did not kill FY on his buyback, and then he's able to just get off 3 or 4 rounds of spells. The Lotus Sword, the 4-step like Lotus,
2 nets that fight that I witnessed, probably more.
There's actually too much to talk about. All three of us are trying to do play-by-play. I'm sure we're still inadequate in comparison to what Toby Wan or OD Pixel.
I can't even handle
trying our best.
I can't even handle the laning stage. How am I supposed to get rid of this shit?
Dakota was kicking ass earlier too, though. He was making me feel good.
Hey, 3 heads are better than 1. That's what they always say. In the meantime, Razor is dead for a while, but so is Naga. TNC now in a position.
No buybacks on their course.
Yes, exactly. And I repeat, let me swap the buyback status real quick. Anybody have one? Yes, Cuckoo has buyback. Cuckoo does one back. Our boy
coming in hot. He does have a blink up now with that 180 GPM talent.
Looks like they might get 1 rack. The Tinker's going to respawn. It's a bit dangerous. DC on the Omni Knight.
I think they're committed to this. Just the upper middle gets the middle out, gets the range as well. Oh, he's feeling
still no Razor for 50.
Feeling frisky.
They're going top.
I don't know about. I mean, there's no Razor. It's a good point, but I'm just scared. I'm just scared.
They do have the bonus Lincolns up on Quap right now, so he is hanging. That's 2 for. Oh,
it's much harder for LGD to take a fight though, because at the end of the day, if they lasso Tinker, that's it. There isn't enough saves. Although there's Lotus Edge
taking at T3. All right, they're happy with that. Going to kill this shrine here. Gonna regroup. Roche has quite a few minutes left.
I think you might want to wait for it if you're TNC. But this is the part of the game where there is no more Dota. I think Denny spoke about in an interview like 3 years ago about how you get to a certain point in the late game and nothing makes sense anymore. It's all about, okay, who gets that 1 second window to make a play, that play is made, that hero dies, and all of a sudden you lose the game. On a 60-minute slugfest can be decided by one individual's mistake. But thank goodness, there's no BSJ or Josh in this game. They're just here with me on the panel. Thank God.
This game would have already been over.
Yeah, there we go. You should have seen our turbo matches the other day.
Oh my God. Kyle was a little bit too heavy, not gonna lie. Okay, so
there's a DD pickup on Ame right now. I don't know if they're going to utilize that or not. I would guess they're going to run right down the lane. They smoke into the TNC's jungle.
They saw the bounty on that ward in their own jungle. So this is where, if you're TNC, maintain a powerful ball. Continue double Lincoln-zing your Quap. He has Refresher in his stash at the moment. That's going to find... Oh, no.
ultimate. In the meantime, Razor, that's a double damage. He has double BKB and ultimate popped already. That's gonna be in a lot of trouble. They're gonna just chase him down, but the GA is down. No buyback down. Taker, what is Taker in the middle of the, what happened?
No fire.
The salt comes out. No buyback. Oh, the cheese. The repel into the cheese.
He does have the pressure in his inventory now.
Oh, FY's gonna blink it away. Naga's gonna go down here.
Razor double ult be going still.
Oh my.
Has a second BKB.
Does still have the pressure.
No, you don't need the back. Kill chat. Kill the channel. Sorry. No fight. No fight. They got this. That's it. No, that's it. That's not gonna be enough.
That's why I carried LGD. You say the magic words. There it is.
GG, baby.
There it is. As we knew from the very start.
Yes. Advanced analysis coming up from me.
We're gonna be able to get London McDonald's. TNC Predator taking a wild one here at the MDL CHANGSHA Major. I am so